Hello, Ranger fans. This is your favorite YouTuber that still talks about Power Rangers, aka the Golden Green Ranger. Why? Because Jason and Tommy ain't nothing to F with. Wu-Tang! I'm also here with the Mrs. Golden Green Ranger, aka not Sally Fields.
Not Sally Fields?
You are not Sally Fields. I was going to do a video talking about a season I really like called Power Rangers Zeo. You've heard of it? They're stronger than before.
I've maybe heard of it.
Maybe. But there was a couple announcements that happened in the Power Ranger community, or more rumors about season 30, which is next year. It's 30 years, so season 30 is next year.
That's ridiculous.
It's been 30 years. It debuted in 1993, I remember it.
Feel old?
No, I am not old. I am not old.
You remember when it debuted in 1993.
I can't stand, I'm in my mid-30s. I cannot stand when people in their mid-30s are like, I'm so old. It's like, I'm young. I feel young. I still am active. You know, we went to that museum the other day. I proved I could still jump really high. Like, I am not old. But don't get me off track for once. Okay. So anyway, the rumor is this is going to be the final season in Power Rangers in this continuity. As in, the next season after this will be a reboot of the franchise. So this is going to be the very last season that continues because it's been the same story since 1993. It's been the same overarching story, all connected universe. So this last season is going to be. The other rumor is, well, more confirmed. We at least know David Yost is coming back to the franchise. He hasn't been in the franchise since the 90s. He left during Zeo for personal reasons I don't want to get into because that's his business. I'm sure if I don't mention it, 1,000 people are going to say it in the comments, so I'll just allude to it. He was being bullied for his sexual preference in the 90s, so he decided to leave the show for his own mental health. Good on him. Good man. But it looks like he's finally returning after so many years to the franchise, and the rumors are that he's not the only Ranger returning. We're gonna have a lot of Rangers returning through the series to say goodbye to the franchise, and it's gonna be a big epic conclusion to the Power Ranger franchise. So I thought it'd be fun today for me to share, as a lifelong Power Ranger fan that's been a fan for 29 years, 30 next year, to say 3 things I would love to see in this final season and 3 things I hope they avoid and I don't want to see in them. You get to choose which one first, because Friday you got your wisdom teeth out and you're being a trooper and you're recording this video with me even though you're in pain. So thanks, honey.
Friday.
Friday, yay. Yeah, you look tired. Yeah. Wisdom teeth, they're tough. So what would you like to hear first? The 3 things I don't want or the 3 things I do want?
Can we go back and forth?
Absolutely. Okay, which one do you want first?
Bad first so we end on a good.
Okay, so one thing I do not want to see is, since we're having returning characters, I don't want to see what I do see in the Power Ranger universe sometimes, and them not explain where they've been, how they got their powers back, or touch on at all when they left the franchise. So the example would be David Yost. He left in the middle of Zeo. Now the actor that played him left, so in order to explain him leaving, he got this, he was aging too fast, so he went to the Alien Ranger planet where they could cure him, and he fell in love and stayed there.
Aww.
Which was a cool send-off for him. If he's returning to the franchise, I need to know why. What happened to him on that planet? Has he been on Earth for a while? Is he coming back from that planet? Is he married to one of those aqua alien girls? Like, I want to know all of that. I don't just want him to be like, hey, I'm back.
Is that to be an aqua alien girl?
Well, that was the alien planet. They were all, like, aquatic. They all needed to drink water.
And all female?
Well, the leader of the team was a female, the White Ranger. Mm-hmm. The rest of them were mixed between males and females. Mm-hmm. And it was the 90s. It was weird. Mm-hmm. I feel like you could just explain everything. It was the 90s.
Got it.
So I don't want to see that. What I do want to see on the opposite side of that is use that lore to explain some of the mistakes you've made in the Power Ranger universe. So one of the big complaints that we often hear from Power Ranger fans are, how did Rangers get their powers back? Everything like that. If you're bringing back somebody like Billy, who was a genius in the Power Ranger universe, like he invented a flying car, have him be the one that came up with like the Master Morpher technology that Tommy used, or being able to bring back people's Power Rangers. Make him the Tony Stark of this universe.
Did Billy wear glasses?
Yes, in the first 2 seasons.
Nerd.
His last season he did not, because the actor did not wear glasses in real life. And on top of that, he ended up being like real cut and like ripped by the end. So it's like, just take the glasses off. Nobody believes he's really like nerdy. And he still looks fantastic. You know, I've watched a couple of interviews with him. He's in his 50s, but he still looks wonderful. Oh, yes, life. Anyway, something else I do not want to see is there is a tendency, we've seen this in Star Wars and Gears of War, the newest Gears of War, they have a tendency to not only focus on new characters too much, but to make fun of the original characters.
Oh, I hope they don't do that.
Yeah, it drives me insane. So, like I said, I love Gears of War. I grew up on that franchise. I know I said grew up, I was a grown adult when it came out. But I love that franchise. I've been playing it for years. And when Gears of War 4 came out, they were making fun of the older characters as if they're old. And I remember telling you, I like them. Like, those are my characters. These new characters, I don't know. Get me to like them first before you insult my characters. So I don't want to see a new cast of Rangers like teasing the original Rangers or calling them, because to me, those are always going to be my Rangers. You know what I mean? I respect newer series, and I've loved new series, and you know my favorite series is In Space. I talk about it all the time. But if I'm going to see veteran Rangers returning, I want to see them brought back with some respect. And on the opposite side of that, something I do want to see is something like Cobra Commander. Yeah, Cobra Commander.
Cobra Kai never dies.
Yeah, Cobra Kai. I want to see something like Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is that perfect balance between respecting the original Karate Kid films and introducing the new characters. Like, I love Miguel from Cobra Kai, but it also focuses on Johnny and Danielson and any other returning characters. So, have that balance.
I'm excited to see him as Blue Beetle.
Me too.
Amy.
But have that balance of, these are the old Rangers and the new Rangers coming in. The rumor is it's only going to be one new Ranger, and the rest of the team is going to be returning Rangers, but we'll see. Also, rumors are, well, that's going to be my last point. The last thing I want to see, the biggest rumor I've heard, and I've heard this on a couple different YouTube channels and some things, is the new Ranger is going to be a female, and it's going to be the one to lead the team. If that's the case, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that, but I do ask that it's done like Time Force, where she's just the leader because she is. I don't want to see like Captain Marvel, for example, where you had to stop and wink at the camera every 4 seconds and be like,
I'm female.
I'm female. Look
I'm
up.
strong.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Miss
Like,
Independent.
exactly. Like, I want the story to be natural and just feel like, okay, there's a reason why she's the new leader. Most likely it would be cool if she's like the Red Ranger, because it'll be the second Red Ranger we've had that's a female. And maybe this time can actually be the Red Ranger the whole season. Although I didn't watch Power Ranger Samurai because I heard it was the worst.
Why can't she be the Pink Ranger, who's also the leader? Why can't Pink be a leader?
Well, we did that. Time Force did that. So, yeah, get off your high horse, because Time Force already did that.
That just makes my theory poo-poo then.
Yes, it does. Something I do want to see final is returning villains. I need to see some returning villains. Power Rangers have had some of the best written villains, some of the best designed villains, and in this the case, I'm talking about have your Lord Zeds, your Ritas, your King Mondos. You got a problem?
King Mondo?
Yeah, he's the Machine Empire. You're so rude. You're so rude.
Mondo.
Yeah. I can't stand you sometimes. Your Dark Spectre, Dark Hondas, Psycho Rangers. I mean, how cool would it be to bring back the Psycho Rangers?
No, they're terrifying. They can stay. They can stay away.
Like, I would love to see some returning villains, and I really, really want to see that.
Will the dog be back?
Doggy Cougar? Commander Cougar?
Yeah, he's super cute.
I don't know. Here's the thing about that. Technically, that season took place well into the future, but not really, because I think we're coming up to it. If I'm not mistaken, that show took place in 2023. So it will be perfect time for SPD to actually be canon, so it is a possibility. I want to say it was 2023 came out, because it was supposed to be 20 years after the during the year we were in. I think the show debuted in 2003, so it was supposed to be 2023, which I'm still looking for the aliens and the SPD Rangers running around.
Don't look too hard.
All right. As a non-Power Ranger fan, but somebody that appreciates the franchise, is there anything you would like to see in the 30th anniversary?
I like Rita.
Okay.
Yeah.
After 10,000 years.
With a
Yeah.
little scepter. And,
So you'd like to see Rita return?
yeah, with her scepter.
Okay.
I was going to say the Foot Soldiers, but I realized that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I mean, technically, you're not wrong,
The
because
Turtles could come, right?
yeah, they are in the Power Ranger universe. So
let's have the Turtles come.
good for you. I don't think we'll see that because they're owned by Nickelodeon now.
Lame.
But it is a possibility, so...
Well, Batman is in the Turtle universe, right? Which would mean...
They've combined, yeah, in the comic books. But
but that would mean that they are also in the Ranger universe.
Well, to be honest, you're skipping a big step, because in the Boom comics we've had Justice League versus the Power Rangers. That's existed. I will say that the Boom comics, which you're referring to, are on an island of their own. Yeah. They are much more dark than the series is willing to go, which I understand, because you got to appeal to everybody. But like that series, literally, I don't want to spoil it for people, but they like literally killed Rangers off, like not nicely too. Like, you know, I mean the show's killed Rangers off, but like that series, there's been times where I had to put the book in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. The only other thing I want to point out, and this is just, you know, off the cuff, I do want to see the Power Rangers in space, and I know I say this all the time, and you guys can make fun of me all the time. Countdown to Destruction, which is one of the ending to my favorite Power Ranger series of all time in space, was supposed to end the franchise, and we watched it, if you remember. Andros destroyed Zordon's glass container. I don't know why words are escaping me right now, and it...
Is that who Bryan Cranston played?
In the movie, yes. And he didn't play him in the show, obviously.
Avi,
yeah. And that destroyed evil in the universe. Obviously not everywhere, but in a certain radius and everything like that. So I do want to see how that affected, because when his, you know, Zordon wave hit, you know, some villains, some of them disintegrated into nothing, and other villains turned good. So I want to see maybe some of these villains are still around. Like Zed, Rita, and Divatox all turned good. So is Divatox still around? Is she good now? Did she stay good? Is Rita around? I know the actor who played Zed unfortunately passed away. And the new actor who played him in Dino Fury, I think, did an excellent job. Sorry, Internet. And, you know, didn't hate him like everybody else did. But I want to see the Zordon wave affected, and I would like to see some of these villains return. I do want to sit down and say that. On top of that, I do want to point out that you look adorable, and I'm so sorry you're in pain, but thanks for recording this with me.
Yep.
And thanks for wearing a Wu-Tang shirt.
Wu-Tang?
Yeah, because that's what gave me the idea for my opening. As always, please, guys, take care of yourselves. You guys are awesome. For listening, anybody that needs to hear this, you're worth time and attention, and don't forget your worth, and may the power always protect you.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.